Hello everybody and welcome back to the Gamer Popcast. Today you are here with me, Gamer Guy, and
me, Nero, and
me, North. Yay!
Way!
Way!
Welcome back to the Gamer Popcast, everybody. I know it's been like
3 years later.
3 years later. Lol.
We keep that bit secret. I mean, there was a secret episode, but you know.
Yeah. Whoop, gone.
Just
All right.
it's gone.
The intro's played now. Amazing. Woohoo. Don't you guys love that
Yay.
intro? It's the first time you've heard it. This is really weird.
It feels like a repeat of last
It
week.
feels like we feel last week. I feel like it feels like the second podcast, but it's not. It's the first one, but we'll just forget about that.
God, that was a pain.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, which is everybody, we did record a podcast last week, but there were so many problems with it, we discarded it and burnt it, and we're here again.
Yeah, that was quite the ear rape.
Mm-hmm.
Not fun.
For anybody who's seen my latest video and have noticed slight popping in the audio, it was mixed. It was the popping in my audio plus
My
like
audio was popped
your
twice,
audio
which means
was
that it was not fun.
was just disgusting. Like honestly,
It was horrible.
Oh,
it's one of those times where like every now and then you kind of wish that you could just turn off your ears. I was like, I just don't want to. And I tried to fix it, multiple different techniques. Went online, googled loads of different things, and then realized, you know what? It's unsavable. This is,
Just a losing battle.
and plus my audio was making it even worse as well, with the like popping every now and then, just crackling, just like disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, and now we have North here, who has a terrible quality mic, so we're fine. He doesn't have a terrible quality mic. It's just he screams
Amazon
down
brand.
25% of the time.
25%? That's 100%.
But yeah, basically the whole podcast was about the fact that we hadn't been doing a podcast for 3 years.
Yeah.
Brief summary. We don't need to go over that again.
No.
We've done a lot since. Yeah, we can maybe go over the most important bits. We don't need to talk about every bloody year again.
No. We really. I mean, it was a good podcast, to be honest. It's quite
It was,
upsetting
it
that
was
it was
just-
gone. But to be honest, you guys probably don't even care.
No.
Yeah. So
I care.
yeah, well, you're not invited.
Oh no!
Yeah. So North, why are you here? Why are you a guest? Wait, that's not how we invited you. North, why
I don't
do
know.
you think we have invited you to this podcast?
Why do I think? Oh
Why do you
no.
think?
I don't know.
What do you
right
do
place,
that
right
is
time.
special? What's the special thing that you do?
I think there's lots of things that are
I do
special.
lots of special things. Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. No, I'm just thinking. Why are you here? Why do you think? Do you
I
do
don't know.
anything? Like,
Come
do
on,
you
North, tell us. Why are you here?
are you a content creator?
That's where you're going with it.
Oh no.
Okay, so North is here because he has a Twitch, isn't that right?
Yeah.
You're
Where
a
you were going
streamer.
with this.
You are a
Well-
professional streamer.
I only
have a
stream
following.
for the money. Nothing else. I care about
Okay,
I
money.
mean,
I
That's
love
why we're
money.
here. Of course. That's why we're all here, for the money.
That's the only reason I'm here.
I mean,
Of course.
me and Neuropop have been doing this for 7 years because we want the money.
You've made millions.
And we've made absolutely like so much money from doing these videos and podcasts. Like, you don't even know. Sponsorships are emailing every day going, can you advertise this? And we're like, we don't even need you because we're making so much money.
It's
You know,
it's a good
we'll
one.
advertise you,
Yeah.
and in return, we'll give
The
you
most-
money.
The most we've made, I've never made a single thing. Neuropop has made. Nero has
£8.
made TikTok money.
£8.50.
£8.50. This guy's rolling in the cash.
He's rolling. Too much money.
Rolling.
Too
He's
much.
he's basically like Mr. Beast, but like before Mr. Beast existed.
Yeah, £8.50. I haven't uploaded bloody TikTok since September, so
He's the Mr. Beast of TikTok. £8.50.
Quickly, go give a stranger that money. They'll be
Go
so
give it now.
thankful.
Actually, if you want,
You got
if you want,
£8.
if you want to do it in the podcast, go give me the money.
Oh.
I'd be fine about it. No, in all seriousness, yeah, it's good to have you here, but we're not talking about you. We're actually talking about other things,
Well,
aren't
sort of.
we? Yeah, good point.
Sort of.
What would you
So-
like to start with? What are we going to start with?
I would like to start with making you do this bloody quiz.
Okay, I'll do this. I'll do this quiz. Hold on. So it's
Okay,
called.
so
Okay, explain it because I don't even know what it is.
So, it's by the Aphantasia Network, and what? Me and North were talking. Maybe was it last week? I think it was last week.
Ooh, roundabout, yeah.
Yeah, and I discovered something that I never knew was even possible. Okay, North, do you want to say what it was?
So, for some people, if I say the term blue ball bouncing, they will instantly imagine a blue ball bouncing,
Of course.
and they will see it in their mind, right? They'll visualize it.
Yep.
I am unable to do
Yeah.
this.
You actually can't visualize stuff in your brain.
No. Incapable.
Like,
Cannot imagine. Can't see.
If you're wondering why I'm not speaking, it's because I'm actually shocked. I mean, the more I think
this is
about
the
it,
first time I've heard about this. I think.
when you say blue ball bouncing,
Mhm.
I don't see a blue ball bouncing. I just see a blue ball.
Well, you see something though. That's the point.
Yeah, but I don't.
An
I'm not
image
seeing
does
any
spring
blue,
to
I'm not seeing a
mind.
blue. Okay, I'm going to begin this
Okay.
this quiz. All right. Okay.
All
I'll
right.
talk everybody through it. Okay, so we can have a look.
Okay.
Okay, so think of some. So it says right. So this is the first step. The first step was actually to just like tick a box to say I agreed with the people. I don't know why that was a step in the quiz, but all right. Think of some relative or friend whom you frequently see, but who is not with you at present. Well, nobody's with me at present. I am very alone. And consider carefully the picture that comes before your mind's eye.
You can close your
That
eyes if
is
you want. Might help.
You better have to read the thing first. The exact contours of
Yeah,
the
of
face
course.
of somebody. Right, so
Yes.
tell me about this slide bar thing. What do I do here?
Slide bar.
Yeah, so the bottom one is no image at all.
Oh, right. No image at all. I only know what I am thinking of the object, so you can't picture it in your head at all. 2 is dim and vague image.
Yep,
3 is moderately realistic and vivid.
yep.
4 is realistic and reasonably vivid. And then
Yeah.
5 is perfectly realistic and as vivid as seen in real life.
Okay. Okay. We'll just hope it's fine. Alright, okay, so the exact contours of the faces. So I'm gonna say, if I picture somebody now,
And what? You're just gonna start. Okay.
okay, no, I reckon I clear and lively.
Okay.
I reckon they're pretty
Damn.
clear and lively. Yes,
What's it
sorry.
like in this
Right.
world?
How do you live like that? Anyway, characteristics, poses of head, attitudes of body. Okay, I wouldn't say I picture much of the body, so it's a bit weird.
Right, picturing it now. No? Okay.
I'd say moderately clear and lively.
Okay.
I'd say, well, maybe actually not. Maybe dim and vague. To be honest, quite flat. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Do I think of somebody like? No, moderately clear. Okay, the precise carriage length of step, etc. in walking. I'm picturing somebody walking now. I can't actually
Yeah,
picture
they're
them
walking.
walking. Okay, so
Oh, really?
dim and vague. I can like very slightly, but just not. I can't properly picture them walking.
So he seems to be able to do like not just pictures quite well, but moving objects seems to be.
Moving, I literally, I can't picture it moving.
Really?
Mhm.
It's really
Interesting.
difficult.
That's
It's
really
really
interesting.
difficult to like. I can't. It's really difficult for me to like imagine them
It's
walking
difficult to imagine
where it
someone's-
looks normal
Right.
and doesn't look like a slideshow, which is, I guess, makes sense. So dim and vague probably quite flat because I can still like slightly picture it, but it's really flat because it's basically just like still images.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say dim and vague. Okay, the different colors worn in some familiar clothes. Okay, now that is something that's just blown my mind because I don't think I'm actually getting that much color. So I'm gonna go moderately clear and lively because
You
I've
don't
just
see
realized
colour.
I've just realized that some of I just pictured people and I just realized that a lot of their colors are just way died down. Like basically
Oh my
basically
God.
all grey with slight hints of color.
Oh, great. Oh my God.
Yeah, that is super weird. I am actually shocked. Oh my gosh. Okay, visualize a rising sun. Consider carefully the picture that comes before your mind. The sun rising above the horizon into a hazy sky.
So, while you're doing that, I'm just going to explain that.
Yeah,
North,
explain
you
it.
can't picture anything at all.
No.
I did this quiz thing and discovered apparently I'm fantasic, meaning that I picture stuff really easily and like constantly, and I can't
Primary
stop
source.
picturing bloody stuff.
Okay, alright, I'm picturing
So,
a
You've
rising
got two
sun.
extremes.
Oh man,
Like,
I'm gonna have to say moderately clear and lively because
I also experimented this test on some of my family, and it all came out as fantasic as well. According to
it's
this.
because they all live in your head. The sky, the sky clears and surrounds the sun with blueness. Maybe I'm struggling with this because I can't I haven't really looked at the sun that much.
Inside.
I'm just the sky clears and I'm saying moderately clear and lively for a lot of these because honestly it's not that good. It's really
Really?
not that good. I'm kind of disappointed in
Yes.
myself.
No, it looked like a movie.
Clouds, a storm blows up with.
Even now, I'm picturing a rainstorm. You know, like the sort of David Attenborough ones you get. So,
I don't
like,
think I've ever watched the David Attenborough documentary.
well, in David Attenborough, they tend to have lots of dramatic weather.
Yeah, they do.
And,
No image to tell you.
that's the
Okay.
sort of thing I'm picturing in my head right now. And silence once again falls.
Okay, moderately clear and lively. All right, I've gone moderately clear and lively for basically everything in there because I imagined everything, but I'm gonna say it definitely could have been better. Like it feels while I'm thinking about it, it's really hard for me to kind of
I know.
like properly get it to make sense. It's just very flat, but like not flat enough. It's just really like
This has like opened my mind to like how my mind works.
it's so weird. Okay, yeah. Think of
Like
the
I never
front.
realised that my mind relies so heavily on this.
Yeah, well, it's weird because I'm quite observant, like in person, but for some reason
Yeah.
these things don't
I'm
stick in my
observant.
mind.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
always the implications of what it means.
Think of the front of a shop which you often go to. Consider
It
the
just
picture
makes
that
me
comes before your mind.
Chemistry test like years and years ago where the fish were dead, but in my mind, fish were alive, right? And I went down a whole bloody rabbit hole in this question. It was like a 6-month
Oh my god.
figure out the bloody whether fish were dead or like
Where the fish oh,
where I had to figure out whether there was enough oxygen in the tank or whatever. And I was thinking, oh yeah, okay, because they're alive or whatever. It turns out they were just on the fish counter, like as in like they're dealing fish out to like the shop in the shop.
yeah.
And it was like,
You like
What?
went off on an
I
absolute tangent.
completely-
You had no idea. You were just like, what? You were on it. It was honestly so weird. Everybody else was like, "What are you on about?"
I was like, the fish are dead.
You
How
was like
could
giving them all
they?
names, and then they're all dead. Like, no, I'm joking. But no, it was like really weird. That was
Yeah.
okay. Right. Okay, I'm gonna say. Actually, to be honest, the shop I can actually see quite clearly. I'm gonna
Cool.
say probably moderately see.
Seeing
No, I
the
can
core.
probably see quite clearly, like, yeah, probably see quite clearly something. But I've been there a lot of times. You are near the entrance. The color, the shape, details of the door. Moderate. You enter the shop and go to the counter. The counter says money changes hands. Ah, God, that's movement. That is, I can't see that. Jeez, I literally can't see them handing me money.
I can't see them full
Can't see
stop.
that at all.
I
Oh my
can't.
God. I can see like them giving you money. It's
Nah.
just like-
Looks like you might be the middle ground then.
It does. It does sound like it.
The contours of the lights. Finally, a country scene with trees, medicine.
Your normal gamer guy. What is this?
Yeah, what's this?
Oh, it's mental. Because like I like imagine pretty much everything like constantly. Like you literally say like, oh, handing money. Instantly in my head, I'm seeing like a sort of like video of someone handing money.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know.
All right, I did it. I'm just gonna quickly chuck in my deets, as they say. I am
Yep.
not gonna do it
Right.
as gamer guy, just in case anybody's wondering. Ooh, I would like to be contacted for future studies. Yes, please.
And I ticked that as well. I was really interested.
You know what? You know what? I'm also gonna subscribe to the newsletter
I didn't do that.
The
I should-
because
newsletter.
I also want the newsletter because I also want to see if I'm weird. All right.
What should say your normal now?
You are fantasic.
You're just fantasic.
You are able to visualize moderately realistic or even reasonably vivid scenarios in the VVIQ. This probably means you are fantasic. The majority of people are fantasic with varying degrees of visual imagery vividness, some people more than others. Keep in your mind that the VVIQ result is just one possible indicator and is not meant to serve as a conclusive assessment. Important to know, this quiz only measures the vividness of your visual imagination, does not consider other sensory domains. If you imagine your favourite dish, can you almost smell or taste the food in your mind? Imaginative experiences vary greatly from person to person. There exist a wide spectrum from non-mental imagery to hyper-vivid imagination. Both extremes have their pros and cons. Mental imagery can be useful cognitive tool and an intrusive one, as you can probably imagine. That's funny. What new research and groundbreaking discoveries into extreme imagination reveals is we all imagine differently, and invisible differences impact how we think, create, and dream. Very interesting. And there's little like boxes here with like information on how to improve your ability to visualize and measure all sensory imagery, and can you reliably measure our mind's eye. That is crazy. The thing that's really shocked me about this, the result that I got, was like part of what I would consider something that I like do and makes sense to me is like making like films and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a bit weird that I haven't got like a really vivid visual imagination.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I think it would, to be honest, if I was creating films, my imagination would probably hinder me.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
I would imagine this great thing, and then it just
You
wouldn't
want a
work.
specific
I was
thing that you
getting
can't actually create.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
the thing.
the thing I noticed, and they don't touch upon it in here, so I'm wondering whether it's like a single thing for me or maybe other people have this too. But I think I can think of things, imagine things better if there's a soundtrack to them.
Oh, so sound really appeals to you.
Yeah, because like if there was
like
like
what-
music playing or sound effects, like so that especially for the rainforest one, like if there was
Yeah.
sound effects for that, I would be able to be like I'd be right in visualizing everything.
Really? So
Yeah.
I could do that without sound effects, but obviously sound
maybe-
effects like help. I
So
mean,
maybe like sound makes a bigger difference to me than it does to other people. Maybe like
that's yeah. I mean, but to be fair, I listen to music, and whenever I listen to music, I just picture stuff in my like.
yeah.
Music always makes. I always think of like some crazy like, I don't know, like series or something you can make out of this music or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I do as well. I do that too all the time as well. But I feel like doing that without the music is difficult for me. Like I can't quite get
Yeah,
it.
it's just as well. It's just music's just like a sort of thing to guide it, if you get what I mean. Like,
Yeah, it's probably got its pros. You know.
I mean, it probably does. I can't think of any pros right now.
It's just a world I can't even imagine.
I know.
Like,
Yeah, that's the thing.
Being an
like,
image in your
looking
mind is
at
something
it,
I can't
yeah,
quite fathom.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I'd say the thing is you, whether you can visualize or not. Obviously, it doesn't matter in a grand scheme of things because we're all capable people at stuff. Like, that's what's crazy to me. Like, obviously, I work obviously just by visualizing everything,
Yeah.
but clearly North can do stuff without visualizing stuff. So
Exactly. Which is like mind blowing.
to me, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it's weird because I try and imagine not being able to imagine, which is
And then
obviously
you're imagining and you're like, wait, hang on. No, I'm joking. Oh,
Yeah.
that is wild. That is a wild thing. I'm like,
It's a weird feeling as well because it's very much the
Yeah.
as Mr. Nero was saying on the slider. Number one, you can't see it, but you know. It's a really weird feeling. You know there's an image. You know
Yeah,
what the
you-
image is comprised of. You just can't.
you just
see it.
can't like vividly picture it. You're just like,
I can't picture it at all. I just know it's there. I know
Yeah.
there's an image being formed. Can't see it. It's such a weird feeling to have.
Oh well.
Oh well.
That's one of those things.
It's one of
That
those
is-
things. No, it's so weird. Like, if you think about it, like, throughout our lives, obviously I knew that we all thought differently, because
Yeah.
that was very clear. Like, I think we even discussed this game ago before. Like, obviously we think of things different ways, but I didn't realize to the extent at which everyone thinks differently, and even like it'll probably affect like learning and stuff, like in classrooms.
Definitely.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is the interesting thing about like studies like this, because if they do enough of them and people kind of understand it more, like it will shape like the future of things like education and work.
Yeah,
and
it really
stuff.
would. Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand
massively.
why it isn't researched. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
they only really started researching in 2015.
that's the
So,
issue. Get on it.
Yeah, but I think someone first described it like a century ago, but
Yeah.
then the only first real study happened in 2015, and
And
Yeah,
even then,
that's-
nothing more has happened really. Just a couple more
Yeah.
studies, and that's it.
I reckon there's probably other studies going underway currently. But it's just mental to think.
I hope. I want to know more.
Yeah, I want to know more. I'm really curious now. Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of just threw the deep end game ago.
Huh.
Yeah, it's nice to know that you're in the middle. Kind of evens us all out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
wild. Right. Interesting. Cool. Right. So, what's next? What's next?
What is next?
All right. Do you guys want to talk about?
Yeah.
I forgot.
Forgotten. Yeah.
Yeah. This is why we normally write stuff down.
Yeah. we Probably should do
I can
that.
offer you the stocks if you want to know more about.
Oh, stop.
There you
Yeah,
go,
there you go.
stop.
Thank
Yes.
you. Right. Let's talk about them.
Well, it's been all over
Crazy
social media.
stocks.
I don't know about this.
Oh my gosh. Go
So
on.
it started with a bunch of people as a Reddit called r/Wall Street Bets,
Yep.
and they had a Discord where they all invested together,
Okay.
which to a degree is market manipulation, which is illegal.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that's still being debated. I think that's the thing.
Probably is
they're
still
talking
being
about it.
debated now, yeah, because
Yeah.
that is.
But
You're not.
so
you're not gonna
GameStop-
do that.
as we all know, GameStop has not suffered well in recent years. They've gone, they've essentially their stock was on Thursday.
GameStop.
Yeah, no one shops then anymore. It's all
Well, yeah,
online.
it's like
Six-
game
six-
in the UK, isn't it? It's like people,
Exactly.
less and less people are going for it. Like,
So
Okay.
6 days ago, their stock was worth $40.
oh,
That's 6
no.
days ago.
Oh, no.
Today, it is worth $434.
Sell.
That's a 10 times increase of just people who have all bought the stock together, and they've increased the price, and
That is mental.
it's increased just incredible.
You see, that's the thing, though, isn't it? Like, so they've boosted it up. How many investors in GameStop decided then to just like sell?
I don't know. Well, people are holding it. That's the thing. Everyone's
Yeah.
holding it.
Yeah, true, they would have been, yeah.
For some reason, I don't understand. I don't understand stocks or investing or any of that.
Okay, so the stock market basically just makes no sense in the sense, and in general, like it reacts crazily on like the smallest things. Like I'm pretty sure there was once a cow who grew up, and it was proposed that he might have this crazy virus, maybe, and then all of a sudden the stock market went crazy because of it. So I don't think it's like it's not exactly the most secure way of
No. I mean,
But
stocks
it's
are
cost rich
mad.
people a lot of money.
Yeah,
Apparently.
but stocks are crazy because people do it like as a full-time job. Some people do it like part-time, just like in the evening, whip out the stocks and start investing. But like
People have made thousands.
people have made thousands and millions. There are millionaires that just start this like they're really rich people. I know a rich guy who lives very
You have-
close
you
to
have,
me
like, whole
who
companies.
is a stock guy, a stockbroker. Like he just literally just
Yeah.
does trading and stuff. It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
It's viable.
Yeah, and it's honestly,
this,
it blows my mind. Like I can't fathom it,
Just through
Yeah.
this Reddit
But
thing
just through
alone,
this,
everyone working
just through
together,
a Reddit
they
thing,
have tens
for
of
this to
thousands.
happen,
Tens of thousands have been made by people. Quite
it
literally.
is mad. It's actually mad. I just imagine, because I read about it. There was this one dude
Oh,
who
can't imagine.
had like
That's what
no money. There was this one guy who had like no money. He invested in GameStop ages ago, or something, and he like became a millionaire.
Good. That's what we want.
And you like
That's what we need.
the thing that I worry that it's going to cause is it's going to cause more and more people to get into trading who don't
Yes.
understand it,
Yes, it will, and it will.
and
Yeah.
that
I
is
mean,
just the
you have
worst thing. You don't want that.
do it for you, in a sense.
Yeah.
Or like financial advisors and things who actually
Yeah.
like trade for people and then take a small fee.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine
actually
being one of those
quite-
people and like you were just like a really like just started out, just got a couple of people that just they were like small investors and they were just like, oh, maybe we should like invest in GameStop, and then right now they're taking like a cut of like 500,000. They're like, hey, you said you'd give me 20%. It's like
No,
it's suddenly
yeah.
loaded. It's suddenly loaded like from just
I don't think
this.
anyone could have predicted that GameStop would be replaced. It suddenly
No,
blows
the
up,
only
but-
people that even I feel like due to the nature of how it works, though, the only people that would have predicted it would have been no, but actually, would anybody have predicted? I was going to say maybe the people involved, but maybe they didn't understand what big an implication them all
Yeah.
buying stock would do.
I mean, obviously they profited massively. This
Mm.
is that massive. It is like a massive crime. I'm pretty sure. Like there are laws against this, especially in the
Well,
US.
There's
there
no one
will
to
be.
charge though. There's no one to
Yeah,
charge
there's
because
no
the
one to
Discord it reached the limit of people you can have on a Discord. It got 250,000 people on the
Oh
Wall
my
Street Bets Discord, and they had to just completely shut it down.
That
They,
is market manipulation, right?
yeah,
there. That is
they had to shut it down and close it because you can't
That's
have
crazy. That's
Yeah.
crazy, though. Like, what a world. Yeah,
I wonder-
Discord, man. It's a Discord
You
server
can
that's caused market manipulation and it's made
I saw-
people filthy rich.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
I mean, this is the type of thing that like they talk they on a different level, but they talk about in like films and stuff. In like
Well,
really
there's
weird,
plenty
like
of
in the
people-
future, people getting together and
Oh, yeah.
changing the world by doing little things online.
Singing the game
You
song.
know,
There's
Yeah.
all the stupid, the inspirational people and all the people who
Yeah.
are like entrepreneur at 20, been trading for 40 years, all that kind of stuff.
God.
All those people
trying to be
years
trading
saying-
for 40 years. If they said that,
They've been saying invest
Yeah.
for years. It's how you make
Oh,
money.
I mean,
it's like,
that's-
oh, yeah, it is.
the
Yeah,
about
it's-
people talk about trading all the time. There's like those YouTube ads that you can't skip.
Yeah, them. There's
Where
an
they're
old
like-
man on TikTok who does it.
Yeah,
It's great.
And it's like, do you know how to get rich in 1 month and make more money than you'll ever be able to
Oh.
make in any of your medium wage jobs? Well,
This is Joe. He took my course
This
1
is
month
Joe.
ago.
He
Now
took
he's
my
got
course 1 month.
$86,000.
yeah, but they never like
It's
say
ridiculous.
it's just this one simple trick. This is one simple trick to do this.
It's horrible.
I mean, we talked to loads of people, and there's this trick that you really want to do because it's just one simple trick, honestly. And then they go sit to an interview, and the person being interviewed is like, and yeah, I just did this one simple thing, and like my life changed. And they switch to another person. It's like, I did this one simple thing, and I was just like, honestly, it changed the way that I live. It like completely changed my life. I bought my grandmother a car yesterday, and it's like, it's just like.
Oh my, yeah. I mean, there's a
It's
really
crazy.
good YouTuber called Graham Stephan, who
Right. Might have heard of him, yeah.
he does a lot of. He's American, so
Yeah.
definitely beneficial for American people, people in America. But yeah, he does a lot of stuff about like savings and investing and stuff like that, which is really interesting. Kind of difficult because obviously I'm from the UK, like I said, doesn't correlate everything exactly, but
No.
it's pretty good. Yeah, definitely recommend his channel. Also, yeah, well, who's that guy from the UK? I can't remember his name. There is a certain person who's known for money stuff in the UK as well.
I'm not
Um,
sure.
I
but-
was watching him yesterday, I'm pretty sure, but I'd like first time.
Stock markets.
I know. Martin Lewis. There you go.
Martin. Oh gosh, yeah. He's always. It's like everybody thinks he's some money saint.
Yeah.
Which basically he's not. He's just a public. He's just a public trader.
Yes.
Basically,
That's
he
what
just.
is. He's basically just telling everyone his
Yeah.
what.
Yeah,
he
he's
has
just
to-
telling everybody the secrets because he gets money out of doing that, and so he doesn't have to worry about revealing the secrets because he gets money out of telling everybody. So he's basically screwing everybody else over who does his job because he can
Yeah.
get money out of it by telling everybody else. It's kind of funny. It's like he's
See how
he's so good. He just decided that actually it'd be better like he could just tell everybody and then he'd get money out of that. He like does it first and then tells everybody else. It's like, hey guys, jump on.
Seeing how this is going to develop, it's going to be interesting though. Is it going to carry on, or is the government going to pull some restrictions? Wall Street something going to happen? You
Yeah,
know,
well,
it-
maybe
who
they
knows?
will. Maybe they will. I don't know. I mean, we were all talking here from a very, very uneducated point of view.
in stocks, yes.
Yeah.
None of us
Yeah, in
understand
stocks,
them
like-
at all.
We are speculating and just repeating things that we've heard. We don't necessarily know anything, but like,
If I knew how to do it, I'd be making that dollar. But I don't understand it, so
yeah. I mean, yeah. If I knew how to do it, I'd do micro investments and all that. But I don't know how to do that.
I know, right? I was actually
I don't
looking
know what I'm
into it like a couple of weeks ago. I was looking into it and I got overwhelmed.
yeah, it's not fun.
No, I need to. I was thinking of I want to start some
Need
kind
a
of.
web-friendly one.
Yeah. I was gonna say, talking about this, Mr. Beast sending Bitcoin up to the moon. What?
I
What?
haven't seen that.
I want to find out how much he's actually sending. Because I joined a stream the other day. He's sending 1 million in Bitcoin up to the moon. So basically, I'll explain the situation if you haven't heard, which I don't think Nerd has heard.
No.
I'll explain what's happened. So Mr. Beast has bought storage on a lander that's going to be flown up to the moon later this year. So he's basically bought storage, so hard drive space, on a lander that's going to be on the moon. And what he's decided to do is basically you pay £8, $10, and you can have your picture put on this hard drive that's going to be on a lander on the moon.
Cool.
Which is sick. Like nobody's really done that.
Mars rover, even though it's free, it wasn't like thing, but they filled it up with a bunch of like you could buy like tickets that they would put on the rover, but basically like your name or whatever on it. And obviously
so this is like £8, and you basically can get any photo picture you want. People have put memes up there, you know, just like anything. People have put like random things up there. But he's also, along with that, putting 1 million in Bitcoin up there. So unaccessible from anywhere else other than if you got the hard drive from the lander on the moon and got the Bitcoin. Now,
Bitcoin, like.
Now, we don't know what Bitcoin will be like in the future, but if you can imagine Bitcoin takes off even more than it has already, then...
Yeah. But what if it doesn't?
But if it doesn't, it doesn't... I mean, here's the worrying thing for me, and correct me if I'm wrong, but like, I don't think I am. Rockets can sometimes blow up.
Yep.
So... the chances are that 100 million in Bitcoin is going to explode, or the lander's going to crash, or it's going to fly into the face of the moon and not going to land or whatever.
Yeah? What lander was it?
I don't know what lander it is. I think it's a NASA mission. It's with a... Is it ULA?
ULA, United Launch Alliance.
Yeah. So it's ULA.
It'll be the Delta
with a lander.
4, I believe.
Maybe. It could be. I can't remember exactly what was said. I did read up about it. I can't remember
That's
exactly.
quite a reliable rocket, to be fair.
Yeah, no, it probably is going to land and be reliable, but just like, there is always a chance that when the launch comes, everybody's going to be watching their pictures, like, oh, my photo's going to be on the moon soon, and then the rocket's going to blow up, 100 million Bitcoin down the drain, and everybody's picture's lost. Well, they'll still be there. They'll be able to do it again, but like, that would be mad. Or even if the lander crashes or something, you know. But it is crazy. I mean, yeah. I set my Minecraft character up.
Did you?
My Minecraft character is going up to the moon.
I mean, speaking of rocket, what's that? SpaceX SN9 is going to fly very soon, possibly even today as we're recording this.
Oh.
It's been it's going to go, I believe, into orbit, I think, and then it's going to come down again. Past the Kármán line, even not to orbit. And then obviously flip maneuver again like it did before, which was interesting. And also hopefully land this time, because last time it exploded. So
nice.
Yeah, but we've already got like 15. Like I've already got another 6 of them, all ready and made. For when this one blows up inevitably.
Poor rocket.
Have you heard? Oh, one thing I do want to mention. Have you heard about YouTube breaking?
No.
Yes, I have. I watched the video.
So there's a YouTuber called The Spiffing Brit that I've been watching for quite some time now.
Oh, I
have. And he recently uploaded a video. Oh, it's got 1 million views. Wow. That was about breaking the YouTube algorithm, which he said he told the YouTube people, like the actual YouTube moderators and stuff, about 2 years ago, and they got that thing. So he just made a video about how to get loads of views and subscribers really quickly on YouTube.
But you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do it.
1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Just do it.
It's the most annoying thing, because I was like, oh my gosh, I can finally grow my viewership, finally actually make some dollar on my videos, and then I realized I have to have 1,000 subscribers to even attempt it. So never mind. I did, before I even got to that part of the video, I straight away was like, where's this community tab? Ooh, where can I make community posts? And I looked around everywhere, and then I carried on watching, and it was just like,
I remember
that ain't happening, kid.
No.
That ain't happening, kid. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, fine, whatever, I'm okay about it. I just, it's
So why does it give all the subs?
Okay, so basically what happens is there's a thing called the community tab, which the developers
Yeah.
implemented like 2 years ago, but then nobody used it. So they made it like better and better algorithmically to try and incentivize people to do it, but nobody did it. And what he discovered was that if you post a community tab, the algorithm picks up on it and tries to spread it as much as it can. And then if people like that, it's been engaged with. If people comment on it, it's been engaged with. But if it's a poll, people are engaging with it again. So essentially what happens is you're getting loads of engagements on this, because it classes it like a video, but then it's even more so. It's even more likely to spread because they want to spread it more than videos right now because nobody was using them. And so what happened was it travels like way off, like you get way more views like across all different people, because even people who've got nothing to do with your channel will see this community post by you. So yeah, basically what I did is he found a bunch of keywords, like all the keywords off Google, and like put it into a comment on his post, which had a poll, which had a like, which had a like obviously had like buttons and all sorts.
Yeah.
And basically what happens is it went viral in a sense, just in the community tab, and he calculated how many views he had based on likes, based on YouTube's like what they say is the engagement rate, and from that he calculated that he got about 24 million views on that one community post tab in less than 3 days.
24 million.
Yes, and his average and his most popular video ever had 2 million views. So
YouTube, man.
and he worked and like
Yeah.
so he was just like, and his channel, if you look at he showed his subscriber growth and like viewership growth and things, and like after he posted that, it shot up compared to before because
Oh my
everyone was
gosh.
discovering this guy for the first time. And it's like
I
crazy.
started noticing community posts. They don't. I don't know how long ago it was, but I started noticing them not that long ago, and I was like
I
interested.
started noticing them about 6 months ago, I think.
Yeah, maybe it was about 6 months ago, and I was like, "Oh wow, what are these? What's this? What's this about?
Yeah.
And you know what? And it did actually work. Like when there was a community post, I interacted with it.
Well, because it's another side of the creator. It's kind of
Yeah,
informal.
so you're like,
quite
oh,
nice.
what's this community post? Oh, I'll click on that, and I click on it, and boom, I've helped the algorithm.
It's like funny because like literally the next day, I noticed everybody was posting community posts. After
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, they're all over it now because of course viewership boosts.
Like,
you know?
I'm looking at it now, and there's like loads of people who have never seen post community tabs just right there. Like you've got
It's all over Twitter
like-
as well.
And like on top of the fact that the YouTube have got the YouTube Shorts stuff, which is taking off like amazingly. Like YouTube Shorts are really doing quite well.
Are they the mini TikTok things?
Yeah, it's like stories basically. They're doing
Yeah.
great. They're doing amazing.
they've been
They're
quite
doing great, and like on top of that, you can have people making like YouTube channels with these little videos. So people are like, oh, I'll watch a 6-second video. Boom, like 1 million views. Like it is very interesting.
But yeah, it's a crazy sort of space. If all of a sudden it's like everybody's just like, and now I can jump on this bandwagon.
Yeah,
But
well, yeah,
it's-
I'm like scrolling through my my subscriber thing, and people are making posts and
Yeah, like all the posts, literally every single one's a poll right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they've clearly seen the video, and all the comments are like the same. But
somebody's just posted this guy called Ellie Beatmaker. I don't know if you remember him. He makes like beats out of people's videos, like Hermitcraft people and stuff. He
Okay.
came to my streams a couple of times, back in the day, talking like ages ago. He made one, and he's like, "Which one of these is the best?" Makes a poll, and then he's like, "Definitely not doing it because it's a trend." That's interesting. Some people might have not seen the video, might have not seeing what it's about, but some people might still be doing it because it's like a trend to do it. Everybody's doing it, I want to do it too, which is interesting because
Yeah.
That is.
I've always wanted to post. Like as soon as I discovered they were a thing, like I was like, oh, I really want to do that because then I can have a little poll of my videos and like ask people for questions and things without having to make a bloody video. And I was like, oh no, I can't do that.
Yeah, YouTube is gonna have to do something.
Nerf them, but basically what he did was he did it so that he forced YouTube to nerf it because he was scared that the like corporations things would pick up on it, and then like obviously it would put down. And
bloody corporations. That's a whole thing.
I don't know if I should be doing this, but every community post I see, I'm just liking it right now.
I know.
I want. It's this weird thing. I don't know if it's like, maybe it's really bad, but I want YouTube to break. I want it. I want it to break and glitch and have these crazy things because it's such a huge platform that I absolutely love, but it's such a huge platform that I just want to mess with it because it's crazy. It's uncharted territory. It's like, oh, you community post, let's go, let's get these guys. It's like people are just like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to mess with it. We haven't got long left. I think we're almost approaching the end of this podcast. So I was going to suggest we talk for like maybe 5 minutes about what we're doing on our channels because North is here. He also streams. So we want to, we want people to check you out and stuff.
Yay! Do you want to start because you're the guest of this?
You're the guest of this podcast.
Oh, okay, fine. Jeez.
Just like to point out this is going to be a weekly thing now, by the way.
Yeah, weekly podcast. We haven't mentioned that. Welcome back. Oh, it's been 3 years.
It's been 3 years.
We're just back now. Let's just get over it. I hope you like the theme tune. Okay, North, go ahead. Take it away. Yes.
Yes. I stream on Twitch at LeNorth because North has taken a shoe. Environment. Very sad. Maybe I'll rescue that. Who knows? Come watch. Very funny. Much fun. Minecraft. Neuropop.
Link in description.
Parables.
Risk.
Very good Risk.
Very good Risk.
I'm the best at Risk. I beat Nero every time, so you know.
No, that's nice. Never Pangeas at all.
Yeah, link in the description, link in the iCard. Go check it out. Go join. Go follow. And eventually subscribe. You know, because remember, guys, he's doing this for the money.
I'm only in it for the money.
So
I don't care about the content I create.
If you are not trying to get him to get a donate going and getting him to be able to get subscribers, then what are you doing? He's doing it for the money.
The money.
He just wants the dollar, right?
He has a certain amount of criteria, so.
I'm gonna invest every dollar I make into Dogecoin. You can't stop me.
So get in some more because he really needs it. Because we all really want Dogecoin to take off. Okay, so I think YouTube should make a cryptocurrency. Anyway, just have it completely linked to the algorithm.
Oh my
god! Just like fully linked, like just somehow, just like if the algorithm interacts with it a certain way, YouTube coin just shoots up. Because YouTube algorithm is really good. We all love it. I mean, everybody complains about YouTube algorithm. They have no idea how difficult it is to make an algorithm for something like that. Right?
It is. It's a very good algorithm. It's
very good. It's just algorithms like crazy like that are always going to have problems. I mean, also, if anybody's going to make an algorithm, yeah, exactly. That's the point, really. I mean, Google obviously know what they do with algorithms because they've done it for years and years and years. But it's uncharted territory. It's still new. It's still experimented with. It's not like, yeah, it's crazy.
They didn't know where things went in neural networks a few years ago. Don't know if they do anymore. Like when they first made them, they didn't really know what was happening. They just kind of knew they got a result out of it.
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, that's part of the fun of stuff like that, innit? Really. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff.
So
Good stuff.
also check out my streams.
Yeah, check out your streams.
I've started streaming in the last couple months, which is cool, like North. I'm also in it for money.
Yep.
So I just need the average views to go up, and I can start making money.
Yeah.
I kind
Yeah.
of average is
Fine.
like
Yes.
or something, yeah.
We'll get that for you. Yep. The 4 people listening to this will. We'll get on that.
Also,
Just try not
check
to
out
stream
my
at the same
TikTok.
time.
That's like one of my favorite videos. Like, I mean, there was no like actual. It's mostly just memes, the actual visually, but the content's funny. I randomly created. It's basically tells me the story of how I created TikTok.
Yeah. It's a great video.
I
on the
earned
iCard.
£8.50 from making that video, essentially, because the whole point of my TikTok was for that video.
Yeah. You made money on a video, like with
Terrible.
him you made 100% profit.
I have.
Yeah. Zero
Made
budget.
100% profit, 0 budget, 100% profit, £8.50 straight at the bank. Boom, nailed it. I mean, we talk about £8.50 is a lot, right? It's not, right? £8.50 is like not a lot, but it's more than I've ever made in my 7 years on YouTube. It's more than you've ever made in your 7 years of YouTube. It's more than any of us have ever made in anything we've ever done. Even like when I had a job, I made less than that. So
7 years.
you know,
We just
even when I
this.
had a job. Even when I had a job.
No. Wait, you didn't make £8.50 when you had a job?
Nope.
Oh my God.
I worked 2 days a week, basically only an hour a day, and I made £6.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Surely
Thinking
that's
back,
below
that was a
minimum wage.
rip-off and probably illegal, but yeah, whatever.
Wow.
We will not talk about that.
I mean, if you're below a certain age, it's like different, isn't it?
Yeah, I might be the below certain age, to be honest. I can't remember.
Well, then it's child labour.
Well, then that's a different
Yes.
point. All right, let's do it. Yes, I make YouTube videos and I'm gonna start streaming. You can check me out if you want.
I'm still waiting for that first stream.
I'm still waiting for that first stream as well. Probably should like start.
Play
It's probably
Risk
the
with
first
us.
step.
Play Risk with us.
I don't.
Yeah, Risk. I mean, it's a very unpopular stream. Like, we don't get many views from Risk, but it's always
That's
fun.
not the point. It's very fun.
Maybe
Yeah,
I will.
Risk.
I'll see what happens. Right now, I'm just trying to aim and try and get a video out every week.
I need to.
And
I'll
then
probably do.
When I get into the rhythm
think-
of when things get back to like when I'm not lots more free time like I have now, I think I want to get into a rhythm of like when I'm doing stuff, so I can kind of organize it, and then
Yeah,
I can obviously then insert streams in that then with more time. Anyway, nobody cares about that. All right. Cool. Thanks for checking this podcast out, everybody. Don't go back and watch any of the others. Just come back next week.
Yeah, and don't watch any of our videos that are from.
Yeah.
That year.
Yeah, don't watch any video that wasn't released in the second half of 2020.
Totally don't go watch Neuropop's Five Nights at Freddy's video. It's very
Definitely
good.
don't. No, definitely
what
don't.
about-
Definitely don't do that. Definitely don't. It's in an iCard now. Just quickly go click. All right. Anyway.
Right now, that's it. It's going private.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to the podcast, everybody. Have a great day, and we will come back at you next week.
That
Thank you
video's
all
not
for
private.
coming. It's now on private. Nice one.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.